Hi, this is Matt Yetter with Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Wednesday, March 6th, 2024. The address we're inspecting today is 17602 Northwest Springville Road, apartment C7, Portland, Oregon 97229. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the front yard exterior cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras in the market today. Before we get into video inspections, if you notice some aged sewer pipes made out of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspection must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made out of cast iron, ABS, 3034 or HDPE pipe with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, valleys, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommend replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. We are in a 4-inch ABS plastic cleanout. Front yard, we're running some water from the bathroom sink to ensure that our pipe is watertight and is going to remain watertight throughout this inspection. So that's the water you can see rushing through here. Pipe shows no recent signs of blockage, buildup, or backup. Everything moving through pretty nicely. We're going to transition here, so just after a couple of feet, so this is ABS plastic, we're going to transition. So this signifies a few things. It signifies transitioning pipe size, so we're going from 4-inch pipe into a larger pipe, probably 5 or 6-inch pipe. Signifies transitioning pipe materials. We're going from ABS plastic into, it looks like PVC plastic. And then lastly, we're transitioning into a branch off the city lateral piping. And even though we enter into city lateral piping, technically all of this will be buyer owner responsibility throughout the entire length, start to finish. Nice smooth transition in there. It's running pretty quickly, so just pretty much straight as an arrow to the street in front of the house, which is good news. Not a lot of messing around, zigzagging back and forth or anything like that. So overall looks pretty good. Everything moving pretty quickly and straight ahead through the sewer pipe. No signs of blockage, buildup, backup, no tree roots coming through. We're approaching 20 feet in length. And then another thing, because we are in a condo and there is, it looks like, some shared lines, how much responsibility, or where does responsibility end for each individual unit? There's a little bit of marginal pitch here as we turn this corner. So we take the corner, and it's just, and we see this all the time, but it's just a little bit more flat through here. You can see things are just not flying through like some of the other areas. Really pretty minor, all things considered, and it is a huge pipe, so probably no chance of blockage or backup there. But it would be nice to know before closing how much responsibility for unit C7 would be in this line. Would it have already been, because it's shared, would it already go to HOA, or where does it end? So just getting as much information about it as you can. Here's another area where it's a little bit flat through this area. A little bit flat. You can see things change there. All plastic piping. There's 45 feet. And again, I'm assuming probably each individual unit is not responsible for all 45 feet that we have here. So getting as much information as possible before closing. And then it looks like we are going to, there's 62 feet there. Then we're going to turn and we definitely get into some, like a cavernous area here, which is definitely most of the other buildings tying in here. So about 68 feet in length. I'm going to turn off the water, drain everything out of the pipe. I'm going to turn off the microphone. I'm going to look at the pipe one more time in reverse. So I'm going to run a test on some of the areas where it's a little, again, really picky, but a little bit flat in some areas. So I'm going to turn off the water, drain everything out, and just kind of evaluate how it reacts with the water off. Okay, water has been turned off. I'm going to start pulling back now. For the most part, it does look like everything is making its way through the line once the water is turned off. So it is a drain pipe, and we're just hoping once you turn off the water, then everything continues to drain, continues to make its way towards the end of the line. So, and it looks like it's doing that, even though there are some areas that are a little bit flat. It doesn't really appear to be causing any problems at this point. not a bad idea to have a sewer scope every 2 or 3 years or so, just keeping an eye on things. This was the worst area, and again with the water off, it looks like there's going to be some residual stuff hanging around, but with the water off, for the most part, you know, there's no sign of blockage backup or anything like that. So for the most part, still is draining, but that was the worst area. So maybe I think the recommendation would be having a sewer scope every 2 or 3 years, just keeping an eye on this. And of course, if this ever worsened, then some repairs could be required in the future. The good thing is it's a huge pipe, nice large pipe, so the chances of blockage or backup, even with a little bit of standing water there, are not very good. So again, I think if you take a snapshot of the property currently today, the pipe appears to be in working condition and would pass inspection, and we would recommend having a sewer scope performed every 2 to 3 years. Just keeping an eye on things, and then of course repair or replace as needed by a licensed technician.